The only thing worse than being a mage, a young mage at Hogwarts, is being my butthole after having a horrible case of diarrhea. So that's exactly where I've been the last few days, why I haven't been posting. My ass has been so explosive on the inside. Every time I took a bite of something, it's like Voldemort was fucking fondling my butt cheeks. It was not a fun time. But speaking of Voldemort, that time while I was sick and dying, I was spending that time, other than being depressed, I was watching Harry Potter. I was trying to catch up to the series because my girlfriend has put me onto it. And I just watched the fourth movie, Goblet of Fire. And first off, before I get into that shit, y'all see me, I'm rocking Gryffindor. What the fuck is she rocking?
Slytherin, but I'm Huff.
She's Slytherin. She's Slytherin. Anyways, so yeah.
Hufflepuff, all day, every day.
This nigga throwing up a different set. Anyways, nigga. Yeah, while I'm watching these movies, I came to realize that, yo, not only does Harry Potter's life sucks cock, but like all of the leaders around him suck ass too. Nobody is helping him, right? So let's dive into the first movie. And before I get into this, again, Goblet of Fire was the last movie I watched. So I'm on 4 out of like 7 movies, right? But yeah, so the first movie, just Harry Potter, we see that Harry Potter's parents were killed by Voldemort, and he's pretty much been an orphan. And out of all these people that they could have gave Harry to, they gave him to the worst fucking family of, like, I'm not going to say of all time, but they're pretty shitty. You know what I mean? For like 10 straight years, they've been pretty much pushing him aside. They barely feed Harry. They keep this little nigga locked in like this basement underneath the stairs or something. And that was his entire room. And then when he's outside of the room, they have him be a servant / a slave around the house, right? So every time his birthday came around, they didn't do shit for him. But for the birthday for the other kid, they would praise this little nigga, this fat ass, Humpty Dumpty built ass nigga, as if he was doing something great. This nigga's a bitch, and his father raised a bitch. And his mother's also a bitch too. Yeah, so for 10 straight years, Harry is dealing with every single one of them, you know what I mean? And it's just unfair. And he didn't even realize that he had magic until the GOAT, Hagrid, he pops out and he's like, Harry, you're a wizard, nigga. And he's like, yeah, you belong here at what's the Hogwarts, right? So fast forward, blah, 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 blah. And Harry now is at Hogwarts, right? But we find out there's something going on at Hogwarts. He who should not be named, nigga, Voldemort is still around. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thought Voldemort was dead, but he's like, nobody wants to say Voldemort's name because he's like this big ass terrorist menace. You know what I mean? Like, they don't talk about that nigga like how Mexicans don't talk about Bruno. You know what I mean? Like, they treat him like he's the Antichrist. So, yeah, they don't even mention his name, and they say like what everybody tells Harry what's going on, what happens to his parents, yada yada yada. And then, like I said before, we find out that Voldemort is still trying to get active inside of Hogwarts and is mainly trying to, like, you know, fuck with Harry because he sees, like, he almost sees him like a vessel, but he wants to kill Harry at the same time, but he also wants to use him. It's weird, right? So, you know, fast forward into the movie, we play this game. It's called Quidditch, which is like probably the most iconic game in Harry Potter, where all the mages, they ride around on brooms, and it's like, I don't even know, it's kind of like football, but on brooms. You know what I mean? You have to throw the ball to someone else, like the wide receiver. You throw the ball like a quarterback to a wide receiver. They get the ball and they have to go through the hoop. Boom, they get points, right? Except there's another rule where you can like you catch this one like fly or some shit.
The golden snitch.
You catch the golden snitch and you immediately win, which is just a crazy ass trump card. But well, I say that, or I bring this up because during the game we find out something suspicious is going on, and this dude named Professor Snape, who is this like black, dark wearing emo old ass nigga. He's like the unk of emo niggas. And he's like, he's thoroughly studying the game. He's Will Smith with it. looking around, making sure everything's straight. And fast forward, you know what I'm saying? We find out that Snape wasn't just being this weird nigga. Snape was being this dude who was actually like, he was being the security, and he found out some shit that was going on, right? And, you know, damn near at the end of the movie, because it's a long ass movie, dude. Oh my God. Like every single one of the movies are long as hell, but the first one is kind of long because it's really slow. So they see, or Harry, Hermione, and Ron, that bitch ass, trash ass, fuck nigga, they all go down and they figure out that, again, Voldemort's trying to attack, and Harry actually comes somewhat face to face with Voldemort, and he ends up winning because of his magic and of his scar and blah, 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 whatever, right? You can essentially say it was plot armor, but whatever, right? So after that, Harry, you know, they don't shut the school down. Harry Potter is then sent back to his home again after that school year ends. And again, he's with his family that now knows he has magic, and they still treat him like shit, right? They're calling him out of his name. They're still locking him up. They don't let him eat a lot. They don't let him have any friends. If he messes up one thing, they don't whoop him, but like they verbally abuse him. I don't care what anybody says. Harry Potter was getting abused, right? And it wasn't physical, for all we know. So yeah, and then, you know, the movie goes on, and again, the Hogwarts school is about to start up. Harry goes back into the school, and this time we see that it's something more going on, right? Where it's called the Chamber of Secrets, right? The second movie is Chamber of Secrets, I believe, and in these Chamber of Secrets, Voldemort comes back, and they know that Voldemort comes back. Dumbledore, the fucking owner, well, not owner, but the headmaster of Hogwarts, right? The man that's supposed to be in charge of everything, and knows, or is supposed to know, like, what students are supposed to be doing, and is supposed to be running everything in the school. He notices that Voldemort is also coming back, and stuff isn't happening around the school. But this bitch ass nigga doesn't do nothing to actually help Harry. Harry literally fights Voldemort in like this child's body or something underneath the chambers, and like dude literally almost fucking dies. Harry almost dies fighting dude. But, you know, since Harry Potter's the main character, MC Energy, he clutches up and he beats Voldemort, right? And Voldemort is like hitting him with everything. This nigga had to deal with a giant fucking snake, all right? If I'm Harry Potter, I'm shitting myself backwards on a Tuesday night and making sure the insides of my body are completely leaked out, and the whole area it's going to be smelling like a damn sewage outage, right? Sewer, water, like Arkham Asylum is going to smell like Febreze compared to this bullshit. So, yeah, but Harry is like, he has to fight all these monsters. He has to cast all these spells. And he beats Voldemort and he seals him away again. And what does the school do? These niggas don't do shit. They don't close down the school. In fact, they give Harry Potter his praise. Good job, little nigga. Good job, white boy. We proud of you, nigga. Hell yeah. They give him his praise. Harry, you're a natural. And then they carry on. And then again, rinse and repeat. The third movie comes along where we see that it's time for Harry to go back to school yet again, despite having to deal with his fuck ass parents again, which, by the way, Harry literally got fed up and like sent one of them niggas to space damn near. Why didn't he kill the whole family? I don't know. Nigga better than me. Y'all not about to abuse me for now, what, like 13 to 14 years and get away with it. No, my nigga. The dad is fat as fuck. The son is fat as fuck. And the mom's a bitch. Every single one of them are dying and they gonna be in the grave. And I'm gonna make sure I'm living my best life and they not living at all. You know what I mean? Harry Potter is a much better man than I could. He's a much better boy than I could ever be a man. I'm gonna be real with you. You do some crazy stuff to me like that for over a decade, I don't care. You know what I mean? The house is now gonna be mine. Anyways, so after sending one of the hoes, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like disrespect women here, but like them bitches suck. They was treating them horrible. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm disrespecting the dudes too. They just fuck niggas. Anyways, yeah, Harry sends one of the foster parents to the sky, whatever, we don't care. Well, we actually do care, we're happy. But then, you know, it's time for him to go back to school. And as he's going back to school, we find out that Harry is in danger, right? And who tells Harry that he's in danger? Everybody! Everybody tells Harry that he's in danger. The higher ups tell Harry that nigga's in danger. I'm about to rip off this motherfucking Gryffindor because I don't even want to be a part of this goddamn association because of how stupid niggas be. They let Harry know that the higher ups of the school also let Harry know that a man named Sirius Black, which is such a crazy fucking name to have. Hey, you might as well call this nigga locked in nigga. You know what I mean? That should be his name. Sirius Black. Come on, bruh. We could have came up with a different name. Sirius Black? Are you serious, you black ass nigga? Anyways, so yeah, you know, in Harry's mind, he believes this Sirius Black dude is like this all-time mass murderer and just like this despicable magic user, because that's what everybody is like telling him that, you know, what he is. You know, it's in the newspapers of Hogwarts. All the Hogwarts teachers and students, they know of Sirius Black, and like, oh shit. And then it comes to a point where going to the school, these I don't know what I forgot what they're called. I think they're called Death Eaters or something. But these spiritual demons essentially literally fly down to Harry Potter while he's on a train going to school. And they tried to fucking ash cash this nigga. And I don't mean they try to suck his dick. They try to suck his soul out of his damn body. Literally. I'm so serious. They look Harry in the eye and they go, and Harry is losing his life force until a teacher steps in and saves him. Right? And mind you, that whole train, it wasn't just like one Death Eater popped up. You know what I mean? It got swarmed by them until one of the teachers casted a spell and stopped it. So then, for some fucking reason, they continue to have school at Hogwarts. And what happens at Hogwarts? Again, Harry is dealing with more BS, more Death Eaters. I'm sorry if they're not called Death Eaters. I'm not too sure on the names. I forgot already. Dude, these movies are long as hell. All right, please forgive me if I'm getting it wrong, but that's what I'm going to call them. The Death Eaters, they also show up at the school, right? And so now Harry is doing all these tasks, not only trying to learn magic, but he's also trying to, like figure out what's going on, who is Sirius Black, right? And we find out in the movie that Sirius Black is innocent. He's completely innocent, but he was framed to be like this horrible person. And for 14, 15, how many years it was, he pretty much locks himself away because he wants to be hidden until Harry Potter pops out. You know what I'm saying? So he can help Harry Potter and, you know, solve this problem with Voldemort, but also give him more lore about his parents and let him know, like, you're not just an ordinary kid, you're a very special kid. Tell me why this is not even about Harry Potter no more. This is about to be the craziest Dumbledore slander. Dumbledore, this old bitch ass nigga that need to be in a retirement home, this man knows that Sirius Black is innocent. He knows that Sirius Black is innocent. And instead of doing something at the time, he goes, oh, well, nigga. Skill issue. You shouldn't have got caught. I don't know what to tell you. What the fuck? So then, just like the first two movies, he doesn't do nothing except for, like, he gives Harry Potter a hint. So he tells Harry, like, he can pretty much, like, go back in time with this spell. And off topic, but it's Harry and Hermione, because Hermione, I haven't like said nothing about her. I could glaze the hell out of Hermione. She is such a cold wizard. Other than Harry, she's like the best wizard in the group, the main group. Ron is terrible. And Ron is so ass that he wasn't able to help out in this last mission. So what happened was Ron got injured because he's trash. And Harry and Hermione have to go back in time to pretty much like fix something to not only save like, what's his name, bro?
Hagrid's pet.
Hagrid's pet. Thank you. My girlfriend's on the side. I don't know if y'all heard that, but yeah, Hagrid's pet is getting sentenced to death because this bitch ass nigga Draco, blonde kid that acts so tough, but then gets pressed and starts crying like a hoe. Literally like Homelander if he was a child. He got attacked by one of the birds because he kept antagonizing the bird. So his dad, being like the super duper rich asshole, he sentenced the birds to death. And so they have to go back in time to pretty much fix that. And they go back in time because Dumbledore is like, hey man, something is up, but I'm not gonna fix this shit. However, if you use this, I don't know, my nigga. Hey, you go back in time, you didn't hear this from me. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go teach these kids. I'm gonna give them all F's because I'm a shitty teacher, and I'm gonna catch y'all niggas on the flip side. And then he leaves. So it's up to Harry. It's up to Harry and Hermione to go back in time. They go back in time. They fix the stuff. They find out that the bird didn't even get assassinated. It was something completely different because it was a weird loophole. So it turns out like there was already copies of Harry and Hermione that went back in time before and saved the bird. That doesn't matter. That's not the fucking point of the video. The point is that when Harry found out who Sirius Black was, he found out he was innocent, and he found out like more lore about his parents, just to then have to fight a fucking werewolf, two of them niggas, and he got messed up. Obviously, it's a child fighting a werewolf, and still Harry is pretty inexperienced. So that happens, and then when that happens, more Death Eaters come, and they start trying to eat this man's pussy.
Dementor. It's a Dementor.
Dementors. Okay, thank you. Dementors come in, and they try to eat this man's soul, but of course, Harry, he sees something which he thinks it's his dad that comes and save him, but it's the future version of Harry. Like I said, it gets a little bit confusing, but just know Harry clutches up still, right? And despite having to deal with all this BS. So Harry, he clutches up, he proves Sirius Black's innocence, and what's his name? His teacher at the time, his name was Lupin, which was this werewolf. He was one of the teachers that turned into a werewolf. He's been really helping him out throughout the whole movie, trying to master some magic and learn all these spells and yada yada yada. But like I said, Harry, he solves the problem. He proves Sirius Black's innocence, and then finds out Ron, this bitch ass nigga Ron, had a pet rat. But it wasn't just a rat. It was a fucking fat ass obese bitch that didn't do anything except for like he was helping Voldemort, right? So then boom, that brings us to Goblet of Fire, which is the most recent movie that I watched. All right. We see in the beginning that the same dude that was previously a rat, he's in the room conversating with Voldemort, and they're plotting on this movie to bring him back to life. Like actually bring him back. He's not a vessel. He's not. I think Voldemort heard me because he put some of his pubic hairs in my mouth right there. We like this movie. They're trying to bring Voldemort actually back to life. You know what I mean? And this happens, and Harry has like a dream, but it's not just a dream of like him seeing what's going on. It was actual visions. So we find out that Harry kind of has like future sight in a way, right? He has like observation hockey, shout out to my One Piece fans out there. He sees what's going on, and he immediately wakes up, and he's like, whatever, maybe I was just tweaking and I had a bad dream. Fast forward into the movie, the school decides to have this fucking magic game tournament, right? So it's like, all right, cool, whatever. We starting off the movie. Ain't nothing crazy going on. Hogwarts is safe right now. I lied, nigga. Because as soon as the first game starts, the magic KKK shows up and shuts shit down immediately. Right? They shut, and I'm telling you, bro, they're literally the magic KKK. These niggas came on with hoods, sharp hoodies. They're wearing red. One of them was screaming, "Down with the niggas! Down with the niggas! White power! White power!" Like, they're pretty fucking racist. They come in, they shut stuff down, and Dumbledore and like I guess whoever's like, I'm just gonna call him the Grandmaster because I didn't really know his name, but the Grandmaster of all the games and everything, he also shuts it down. And mind you, when the KKK storm the place, all of like the tents, everything gets destroyed, right? So we're like, okay, Harry has to figure out what's going on, who was those people, and all this, because for some reason they're making Harry Potter be Batman. He has to be the detective here. So we fast forward in the movie. Harry's finding out more stuff, and for some dumbass reason, Dumbledore is like, you know what? We just had a terrorist attack. Let's fucking have these games more. Hell yeah! Let's boot up the popcorn. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get the popcorn. You said 14-year-olds are in danger? I don't give a fuck about them 14-year-olds. These ratings about to be off the charts. This nigga over here worried about ESPN ratings instead of protecting the kids. So they start these games, right? And Harry's not even supposed to be a part of these games. Because mind you, kids, they literally stated that like kids will die in this game. Wow. A high schooler. Some of these kids are like middle schoolers, by the way. They're going to throw them into these games knowing that they're going to die? What the hell are we doing? So someone mysteriously threw Harry Potter's name, because it's like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like they put down raffles essentially of people's names and they throw them into like this cup, right? And if the cup chooses their name, then they have to play. So Harry's name gets in there mysteriously, and he's like, "What, nigga? I didn't do this. You know, take me out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? What, nigga? I came here to learn. I didn't come here to die." So, he goes in there, and dude, Harry gets thrown in there with no consent. And he has no idea why he got thrown in there. This bitch ass ginger. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say this bitch ass white nigger. Ron gets mad at Harry because Harry's name got thrown in there by someone else. What are you talking about, dude? That's like my girlfriend if she got mad at me because I randomly got drafted into World War VI. Nigga, I didn't choose to be put in here. What you mean? You're the government. You know what I mean? Hi, baby. Anyways, I just voice cracked. Yeah, so I don't know what's Ron's deal. I'm hoping he dies in the next few movies. Please kill him. I'm over here. I'm Eddie Brock praying to Jesus over the death of Peter Parker. Please, Jesus, kill Ron Weasley. Please. I don't like him. He is so useless and he sucks. Draco, the kid that comes in and just bullies Harry Potter, is more like significant than Ron is, in my opinion, because at least we know that Draco is just a hater. You know what I mean? That's his whole purpose in the movies, to come in, to hate, and to get clowned on. That's it. Right? I understand it. Ron is supposed to be a main supporting factor, and he doesn't support at all. He ruins his relationship with Hermione 24/7. He constantly meat rides Harry, and then when he's not doing that, he's being Usopp of the team. He's just being constantly scared and not doing nothing. I don't understand why he's there. His twin brothers are more entertaining and are better characters than Ron as of right now. They could change that in the next movie for all I know. But right now, Ron is garbage. Had to get that out there. But yeah, so the games start and Dumbledore, he notices that Harry Potter's name is not supposed to be in here. So what are we going to do to fix this? We gonna play the damn games. Hell yeah. Instead of investigating and taking this little dude out that can potentially get him killed in these games that he's never even taken a part of and never seen in his life, let's keep him in there and let's not do a damn thing, right? So they have Harry. They put Harry in these combat games where he has to fight a dragon that can literally kill him. And Harry picks the worst dragon. He gets so unlucky. He gets the worst dragon to fight, right? He's like spiked up. It's like, oh my God, skill-based matchmaking. What the hell? This is not skill-based. It's like going into a random Marvel Rivals lobby and you're fighting lords. You know what I'm saying? You just started the game. Like, what are we doing? But he still clutches up because Harry Potter, I'm not gonna lie, has some crazy plot armor. He clutches up. I smacked my mic. And then after that, they do a game where, for some reason, the game consists of having to go underwater and you have to rescue your friends who are trapped under like these, who are like caged down underwater and unconscious. Why? Who allowed this? My kids are in danger. I will shut this entire establishment down. Oh my God, I would be the Karen of Hogwarts. I promise you, I slapped the old niggas into retirement homes, bruh. They will put me on a murder charge. I promise you. The way they handle this school with these kids, it's like, yo, call Child Protective Services. So Harry ends up saving his friends. How they did not drown is beyond me. But then we move on to the final game. And the final game it's pretty much like the Maze Runner. But instead of like just going through the Maze Runner and trying to find the exit, you have to find this specific cup and then you win, right? Excuse me. So they go into this fat, omega, gigantic tilted towers ass sized maze, right? And in the maze, again, they randomly place the cup. And for some reason, they don't have it to where like they don't have no magic screens where once they go into the maze, the higher ups and the other students on the outside of the arena, they can watch them. No, they go in there and they have no idea what the fuck is going on until someone comes out. So one girl gets snatched up by these like evil trees, and I don't think we see her for the rest of the film. I could be wrong, but I swear we don't see her at all. One dude who was like this character from Twilight, who was just a pretty boy the entire movie, but we don't remember his name.
Man, Cedric, put it on, Cedric Diggory, put it on, bro. R.I.P. Cedric. He was the realest one. I'm telling you, bro.
Realest one, my ass. This man was a white nigga that looked pretty and died pretty. That was it. So
Cedric, good ass wizard, bro.
Anyways, so Cedric, he's about to get snatched up by these leaves too. But Harry is like, no, I can't let you just get snatched up like that because I don't know what's going to happen to you. So instead of like going to go get the cup, because Harry finds the cup, right? He finds the cup, but he doesn't want to let Cedric like get kidnapped or nothing. So he goes back and rescues Cedric. And then like the storm of leaves and stuff between the maze is starting to like find him. Excuse me, I just let out some gas. So the leaves are trying to like snatch them up. And Harry's like, all right, damn it. I'm not about to just grab the cup and just win this. We're both going to grab at the same time. So that's exactly what they agree to do. And they go like 3, 2, 1. And they grab the cup and they get teleported to somewhere completely different. When they do that, they go to like the worst area imaginable, right? They teleport pretty much right in front of Voldemort, and now Voldemort is back, right? So this is like the equivalent of like, imagine you and your friend find diamond, like a diamond ore in Minecraft, and both of y'all break down at the same time, and now y'all end up in the fucking nether with no armor. It's like, What? Hello? What? We found two good things. We found a real good thing. How the hell did we end up in hell? Anyways, so, you know, when they get there, right? What's it called? The pretty boy, he gets split blissed. They kill him so fast. And this is where I'm starting to think that like Harry Potter's about to get like hella dark. Because one of my coworkers is also a big fan of Harry Potter, and she was telling me that, yeah, it gets like super dark out of nowhere. So I think that's the start of it, because again, they don't give this kid like no hope whatsoever. Voldemort pops out and shoots this nigga and he dies. He's straight hit this man with the Leviticus bow, right? So he's dead, and they chain up Harry Potter. Harry Potter gets like, they like slit the shit out of this man's arm and pretty much give him an emblem. And now, like, again, Voldemort comes back and he tortures Harry Potter for a little bit. And we see that one of the people that was helping trying to bring Voldemort back was Draco's father, which is such like crazy thing. That's like a crazy ass plot twist, because Draco's father is like this super duper rich dad that has all this authority over Hogwarts. So to see him bring back Voldemort, which is like, again, the magic Hitler essentially, is beyond me, right? But Harry Potter, he manages to end up escaping Voldemort just in time, again, because he's clutch. And he brings Cedric back to like the people on the outside. And they see like Cedric is dead. He's not breathing. His father comes down. Yeah, rest in peace. His father comes down and is in distraught. He is having a whole breakdown like, no, my son. Why did you niggas let this happen? Why did y'all not be there to protect my son? And that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, why was there no security in this game? Right? So for pretty much 4 straight movies, Harry Potter has had to solo Voldemort, essentially, right? He's had to solo Voldemort. He had to prove a man's innocence. He had to survive torture. And he had to still live with the worst foster parents of all time. He could still be doing that in the 5th movie. I just don't know that right now because I haven't watched it yet. So, oh my God. They come back, and of course, after Harry shows the body and everything, the games are over. And then fast forward to the next day, these niggas are celebrating outside. They're over there hitting the fucking jig and shit like, oh, yeah, 2-step, nigga. 2-step this way, hold on. Smack that motherfucking ground. Yeah, they're celebrating like it's a goddamn cookout, like someone graduated college. That is the next day. They don't shut nothing down. And I don't even think the kid gets a proper funeral until, again, they may show it in the next movie. They may show it in some other movie. I don't know right now. But they treat what just happened like it's just an everyday thing. And that's pretty much what Harry Potter's life is. Every day is bullshit. This is supposed to be, Hogwarts is supposed to be the most secure facility on like this whole planet, because it's surrounded by nothing but advanced mages who all respected Harry Potter's parents, by the way, and they treat it as if it's like just, I don't know, they treat it like it's Arkham Asylum. They let the kids do whatever they want, essentially. And if someone dies, they don't do nothing. They don't shut it down. Imagine going to your school, right? One day they shoot that shit up, and then the next day y'all still have school. Like, yeah, nigga, I'll see you in first period tomorrow. What the fuck? What? Someone just died here, dude. We better have like a whole week off minimum of school until we find out what's going on, and then until we can actually improve security. So they don't do that. And Dumbledore, again, he doesn't really care. He's just like, yeah, all right, Harry, I'll see you next year, because it ends off with the students pretty much going into summer, or like they're going on winter break or whatever. And that was pretty much it. And I was talking to my girlfriend. So like Harry Potter's life, it's garbage, but it could be worse because Harry does manage to push through everything, right? It's not like he's Guts, who I'm actually going to talk about next video, Guts Berserk. He's not getting tortured like that. And like, again, Harry's life is bad, but it's nowhere near as bad as it could be. And well, I'm going to wrap up this video by bringing it back to Dumbledore. I was talking to my girlfriend about like why I'm starting to not like the Harry Potter movies, because I think there's so much is happening and like no one is really like doing anything about it, what it feels like, except for really Hermione and maybe Hagrid. But as far as like these emergency situations and these very dangerous situations, the school takes it so lightly. And then on top of that, I really hate Ron, and Ron doesn't do anything. He's part of the main squad. I hate that. I hate it so much. And I was telling her, and she started dying of laughter when I said this, but this nigga Dumbledore is like the third Hokage in Naruto. He sees all this stuff going on in the school, which the third Hokage saw all this stuff going on with Naruto. And instead of helping, he was like, get your money up, fuck nigga. Get your money up, not your funny up. This nigga, boy, Naruto, his father was Minato. The fourth Hokage. Or the second Hokage, or fuck, no. I think it was the fourth Hokage. It doesn't matter. His father was the Hokage, right? At one point, which is like the president of the village. Then the president essentially died to protect his son and the village. He sacrificed himself. And his mom also sacrificed herself as well. And I can't believe I'm over here making a Harry Potter video and I'm yapping about Naruto. That crazy. But when that happens, you know, you would think that Naruto would be this legendary figure, or like, oh my God, you're Minato's son. No, the whole village treats him like ass, and then the president looks at him and walks away. That's why his old ass died. Fuck that nigga. And that's what Dumbledore's doing. He sees the stuff that's going on with Harry Potter, but he doesn't like, he's not completely useless. But he sees Harry Potter, and instead of just telling him what to do, because he's this old mage with all this experience, he just like, he gives him riddles of what to do. Like, you know, hey, you might want to use this time spell for, you know, whatever reason in the future. I don't know, though. You didn't hear this from me. You didn't hear this from me. Or, hey, you know, we heard that he who will not be named may be here still, but you know, if you do this cheat code where up, down, left, right, you might be able to activate something and, you know, put that nigga in his place. But again, you didn't hear this from me. I'm just saying it. I found this note off of Reddit. My name is Dumbledore D. Trump. I'm a fucking idiot. I run the Hogwarts, but I'm not really leading because I'm over here lying to the kids. We really love the children, but we really don't. We really don't. All right, my niggas, I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to still have Hogwarts activated. We're still going to keep the school running. And we really don't care about terrorist attacks, because terrorist attacks, they really do help our society. They're pretty necessary. They help our kids be really strong. I'm just saying. And that's pretty much what Dumbledore is doing. I hate this nigga. He sucks. Harry Potter's life sucks. And I'm glad to see that it's better. It's starting to get a little bit better. As I say that, as he just lost a friend in front of his eyes. But like, dude, I don't know if I want to say I'd be mad as hell if I was Harry Potter, or I'd be mad as hell if I was a mage at Hogwarts. But yeah, y'all get the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. And we are finally getting back to the consistency. Yeah.
Hello, rich kids. I don't know who refers y'all to. I'm going to see if you can add this part in the end of the video, because I was standing there the whole entire time. Right, I was holding my breath. I love Harry Potter. I'm finally getting to watch Harry Potter. It is a crime that he has not watched Harry Potter yet, but we're doing it now. Okay, some funny parts I want to mention, because Jalen's reactions, and feel free to step in, Jalen, because it is hilarious, and I feel like you should add it in. One of them that I thought about was Moaning Myrtle. Jalen's reaction to moaning freaking Myrtle. He's like, why is Harry in this bathtub naked in this ghost girl?
That was a very unnecessary scene. We didn't need to see that shit.
I feel so uncomfortable.
It was two like 13-year-olds, and one of them was trying to get her her clit rubbed, and Harry's over here getting harassed, and it's like, nigga, show me the magic.
Bro, okay, and for one, I have to let y'all know, I'm Hufflepuff all day. I love Cedric because I love Goblet of Fire. I know Goblet of Fire has a lot of critiques. It's a lot of bad. I understand that. But that, when I've seen that as a kid, when it came out as a kid, it was the most magic we've seen, I feel like, in any Harry Potter movie. We got to see the extents of magic. We're seeing dragons. We're seeing them send under the water. Where Hermione's putting in work. Cedric's putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're seeing Voldemort. Like, you see so much. Now, does the plot make sense? Me and Jalen was really going into that. No. Another thing that you forgot to mention in Goblet of Fire, which we talked about, was hilarious, is that, of course, you heard him talk about how he hates Ron. He was so ticked that Ron did not tell him about the dragons, then came up to him and was like,
oh my God. Yeah, you're right. And Ron, this fuck nigga, walked up to Harry and was like trying to press him, but he was so pussy that he couldn't press him. He had to get Hermione to try and press him. And Hermione was like, bro, what am I doing? Like, why am I relaying your message? Be a man, grow some balls, and just tell this man how you feel. You know what I mean? And then, like, when Harry beat the dragon, Ron came in and was like, yeah, you beat him because, you know, the information that I gave you.
It's because me.
Who is you, nigga? You didn't even say nothing. And Harry was like, dude, you literally didn't say nothing.
Right.
And Ron was talking to him like, yeah, I did. I told Hermione to tell Hagrid to tell you about the dragons. You bitch ass nigga. We stay in the same dorm. You literally could have. Hey, bro, don't do this with this dragon. And left. That's all you had to say. But you're over there standing with your fucking nuts in between your asshole, just looking. You're like over there trying to send Hermione to do the attack like she's a goddamn Pokemon. Like, what? This nigga suck!
Bro, he kept calling Ron a bitch. He's like, that's some bitch shit. He's like, this is crazy. He's like literally having Hermione run and talk to him because he don't want to talk to him because he pressed about not beating the Goblet of Fire, not doing the tournament, and Harry didn't even enter the tournament. Another thing. So in the Goblet of Fire, the second phase, right? Hermione's helping him trying to. For one, Cedric gave, you know, the deets on like the egg and stuff. That's what we was talking about earlier. But so when you find underwater, you see Ron, Hermione, Mrs. Chow from Ravenclaw, and another girl from the Lafleurs or whatever, the French school. Harry sitting there with the choice of the ultimatum to choose who, and he goes for Ron. Jalen's reaction was like, what? And he chose Ron over Hermione, and he was like, so Harry chooses Ron, and he gets the other girl from the other school because the French girl not doing good at this point. So Harry saves two people. Then they come up to the point, you know, Harry's coughing up water. Hermione's like, are you okay? She takes off her towel, puts it over Harry, and Jalen's like, look how thoughtful she is. She could get sick. And she's like, she better be mad. She better be mad. And she wasn't mad. And he was so mad that, like, why are you choosing Ron over Hermione? And especially at the school dance. The school dance happens. And Ron is literally on Hermione's clit, bro. Literally, like, oh, you can't find a date. I guess I'll ask you. Jalen loved.
Oh, we're going on a whole rant now.
Okay,
talking about Harry Potter.
I just gotta let them know your reactions because this is stuff you didn't mention. It was so funny, like watching because we was talking about the whole school scene, this whole school dance scene. Jalen was like, "Why the hell is this in here? Why are we watching them go to school dance?" I'm like, "It's a side story. They're in school still. They're still kids." I'm like, they're adding that part into Hogwarts. He's like, "But it has nothing to do with what's going on. Like, we got stuff to worry about."
Yeah, we did have stuff to worry about. That goes into my fucking point that I mentioned earlier. And I hope the mic is picking up. That I got to yell over here because I got my mic settings weird. So I apologize if I sound like I apologize to you if I sound like I'm just screaming. But I have to talk loud. They're having this school dance after they already found out again, which the magic KKK came to town. And they're treating it like it's nothing. So I'm not going to go on a whole rant again about like me explaining that. I hate that. That is so stupid. And I'd be mad as hell if I was Harry because I'm the main target. Stop acting like this shit is normal around here, guys. I'm like, so many prey. I'm the prey to so many predators. And there's so many leaders here that are
dead.
Yeah, this tall bitch over here trying to get her fucking clit rubbed by Hagrid.
Yeah.
And she's could be helping me out. Like, I don't know. That's all. I'm done. I'm losing my voice.
Okay. Long story short, he didn't like the school dance part. He did like when the Weasley brothers, the twins, was asking out the black girls. Jalen was there. Yes, they got tased. Ron was being a whole like during that whole movie. Jalen was like, yeah, he deserves that. He shouldn't get no play during that. And the end of the movie, the whole thing was Cedric. For one, Cedric was ready to abracadabra, like Crumb, the other school. And I was telling Jalen, I'm like, bro, he's been ready to fight. Like, he's a very good wizard. He did not know what he was getting into. I just want to say that now. Okay, Cedric was not, you have to think, he was preparing for the Triwizard Tournament. He was not preparing to fight Voldemort that day. I'm just saying that, okay? Because there's a lot of Cedric's Diggory and Hufflepuff slander. All right, you guys just pop in. Like, Harry is, like, we should know. Like, you be around here, you're going to get into some stuff, right? Cedric was trying to help him. Harry was trying to help Cedric, all that stuff. It is messed up. It is what it is. But we're going on to the next movie. I'm so glad Jalen did a video on this. I just got to add the little tidbits in because that shit is just funny watching his reactions during this whole movie. So I'm so happy to talk about it. All right.